Welcome to Take It from the Ironwoman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Ironwoman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Ironwoman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Ironwoman. We have spoken to Timmy Howard before. An amazing story from homeless to Ironman in Lake Placid. And his movie, Inches to Miles, is coming out. Watch it. And his dream is that everybody should watch it and share it with another person so we can inspire others who might have difficulties in their lives. You can be very proud of yourself, what you have done. I just want to mention that. We're listening and we're like, okay, poor guy, da la la. You did the work. You did the hard work and you're showing up and you're telling your stories. You can be very proud of yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It took me a while to be comfortable telling my story because there were some people who I told that didn't like me, didn't want to talk to me because they just viewed down on what I had done. But then it just got to the point where I'm like, hey, if I started having people reach out saying, hey, your story helped me. And that's when I was like, okay, that's my purpose. If I help one person by sharing this, then the job's done.
And how many have you helped already?
There's been a lot, which is fantastic because everyone that I used to hang out with during my using years is dead. I'm the only one that I associated with that's still alive. My mom is still alive, but everyone else is dead. So I'm very lucky in that sense. That's why this film's so important because it's going to reach so far and so wide. And I just hope people will see it and be able to relate to it in some way in which they can get out of it. Because most people, especially if they're on heroin, they don't get out alive. The odds are not in their favor. It's my hope that they can find this and find some hope.
Tell us a little bit more about the film. You also said you have a wife and you're working for National Institute of Fitness. Mm-hmm. This is now the normal life. Tell us a little bit about the normal life that people are like, oh, now he's like ordinary, boring.
Now I'm pretty ordinary. I ended up I centered my entire life around fitness. So I met my wife at a local workout group that we both went to. We've been married 3 years as of a week ago. We've been together shortly after I got sober, almost 7 years now. We have 2 giant Rhodesian Ridgebacks that are our best running companions. My entire life revolves around fitness. I work at the National Institute for Fitness and Sport, in which I'm the operations manager. I lead programs. I lead a women's only triathlon training group. I lead a mini marathon, which is half marathon training group as well. I kind of devote my time back into the community that was able to give so much to me. And I work like part-time at a running store as well, just helping fit people in shoes. And then to top it all off, I am a photographer. So I do a lot of the races here in India. I do the photography for them. I stay busy, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't come across as a lazy person. No. It seems like it's almost the first half of your life was, and now you're moving on and you're shining and you're the role model. Maybe the role model you didn't have when you needed a role model.
I wasted a lot of years and I'm trying to get to the point now where I can get those back. What's really cool through the years is, and we don't really get to dive into the film, but like even the relationships like with my mom and my dad, I've rebuilt those relationships now. So like I had damaged those relationships were just so torn and tattered throughout the years, but it's really neat to kind of rebuild everything. And I'm in a constant rebuild phase. And that's what I feel like with my life. I'm just always trying to do more and give back.
So what is the film all about? What is it called? And when does it come out and where can we see it?
Yeah. So the film is called Inches to Miles. It highlights 3 athletic brewing ambassadors, myself being one of them. The other one is Lynn. She is based in Chicago. And then there's another gentleman named Shannon. He's based in New York. It dives into a lot of our pasts and not giving a whole lot away. You just heard about my past, but then Lynn has gone through a lot, and she is an absolute force of nature. And then Shannon had his serious struggles, and he's come out on the other side. And it's all about community and hope and what you can do when you surround yourself with the right people. The film comes out by the time this podcast comes out. Sure, it'll be out. It's going to be on YouTube. All you have to do is just type in Inches to Miles. It's free to stream. My biggest request is that everyone just watch it and just share it, because you never know if you hit that share button, who's going to watch it that needs it.
And you said they filmed the whole Lake Placid. So how is that? I'm just picturing myself. Okay, I'm on this Lake Placid course and I know it's hard. And I remember one lady said to me on the second bike course, you have to dig deep. And I said to myself, I don't need to hear this now. I just need to get up that mountain. But having a camera crew next to you, how is that?
I felt like an overrated celebrity because I am not fast. I am a middle of the packer. You have all these camera crews following you the whole race. And the craziest story is they're literally, so after I get off the bike, they're running in with me into the transition area. The men's transition area is like probably same with the women's, a giant tent that everyone is naked in because they're all changing. And he's just running with me with a camera. And I'm like, this has to be illegal from now. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was neat. I credit them with getting me through a lot of the race because by the time I hit the run, I was very tired. And I just kept saying, hey, get to Spencer, get to Cole, like get to him, get to Riley. And I would just keep telling myself, get to them, get to them. Yeah, they definitely helped me get through the race. So it was good.
You actually had a pacer for yourself. Now I'm a little jealous.
Pretty much, in a sense. They had their nice little fancy motorbikes, and I'm just dying going up a hill. And they weren't with us the whole race. They would kind of get with us in bits and pieces. Okay. They had to be very careful because a few weeks prior to when they were filming, there had been an accident where a bicyclist hit a motorbike on an Ironman course, and somebody tragically had passed away. So they ended up, that got pulled. They weren't allowed to do that for the whole race. So, and
I was just wondering, how did they get all the permits and getting into the tent when everybody is naked? That's something.
It was interesting. Athletic Brewing is the title sponsor for Lake Placid. So I think when you're the title sponsor, you probably get whatever you want. You probably pay them a little bit of money.
So now the film is coming out, and what's next for you?
So I just had surgery back in February. A few months out from that, I had surgery on my stomach and my diaphragm to correct a hiatal hernia. I'm kind of slow rebuilding with that because I had to take, pretty much I've been off since Lake Placid. So I've been off for about 9 months of training because I had so many GI issues. But next up, I am eyeing, there's a series, it's called Extreme Triathlon. There is one here in the States in Utah that I'm eyeing. It's basically the same Ironman type distance, but it's unsupported. So there's no like water stops, there's no aid stations. But what's really neat is it's trail running when you get to the run, and your family can run with you. You can have pacers, which is really cool. And then my ultimate goal is to do the Norseman, which is in Norway, I want to say. It's the same thing, all Ironman distance, same company, but it's like freezing cold. So just testing your body and seeing if you can do it. And you're going up mountains and stuff. And here in Indianapolis, we don't have mountains. That's kind of how I like to challenge myself. Find the dumbest thing you can do and then go out and do it. That's typically what I do.
But staying healthy.
Yes.
Well, I want to wish you good luck for all your ventures. And maybe we have another cast once you're done with that race in Norway. That would be an interesting story to listen to. But just be nice to yourself. That's what I also want to say. So be proud of what you have done. Be nice to yourself and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the swimming, biking, and the running. Thank you so much for all the insights that we have from you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What are you taking away from this podcast? Wow, we can learn so much. Take it from the Ironwoman. We have episodes every Monday. We have cool guests with inspiring stories. Don't miss out. Come and join us every week. And Take It from the Ironwoman is also the book Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Download it or get it in your local bookstore. And follow us and like us on all your preferred platform where you are listening to the podcast. Thank you.